Hello, I'm DelusionDispeller. Greetings to all of my delightful dispellers out there. I'm going to share with you a fictitious story, a story that I basically made up, but a story of people that could really be real and actually has happened to people that I have known, including myself. This story involves two people. Terry, the borderline person, possibly narcissistic, and I think I said Mary, right? No, I think I said Terry. Anyway, Mary, the borderline that's possibly narcissistic, and Terry, her targeted victim. Let's browse through the scenario that I'm about to tell you and find out the way narcissism operates in an actual relationship, shall we? Alright, so beginning, Mary came into Terry's life as a hero or a rescuer. Terry had gotten hurt by her last partner / friend in a business venture. It didn't work out. She basically abused her privileges and treated Terry like a second-class citizen and basically ran off with the money from the business, leaving Terry to not have a job and feel really lost and really empty and really deserted. Along comes Mary as the hero or the rescuer who wants to help someone who's hurting or lonely or rejected. How she came along, they were basically sitting in a deli and kind of caught each other's eye. And actually, Mary is very good at reaching out to people because she's done it for years. Walked up to Terry and said, "Hey, can I sit here? You look like you kind of could use a friend." And Terry said, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So, Mary sat down and proceeded to ask Terry some kind of personal questions, and especially because they just met. And it was very strange that she would start being that open that quickly to be asking probing questions like she was. Like about her family, about her interests, things that you probably wouldn't just sit down and ask a random stranger. But Mary had honed this to a perfect skill. So she began asking Terry these questions, and Terry felt a little bit uncomfortable, but she's like, okay, well, this lady's being nice and friendly and seems to care that I'm hurting and feeling lonely, so why not? So Terry began talking to Mary and explaining to her what had happened about the business deal, how it didn't work out. And Mary just commiserated with her. Says, "I am so sorry that happened. I can totally imagine how you feel, just rejected and alone. And you know what? I'm kind of bummed out lately. Nothing's really going right for me either, and I could really use a friend. And how about we just get together for lunch once in a while and talk?" And so they began to bond with each other and formed a very close connection very quickly. Probably within, I'd say, a couple months, they were almost best of friends. Well, over time, Mary learned that Terry enjoyed singing. In fact, Terry had her eye on this singing contest. She just absolutely had to win. And Mary said, "Well, oh my gosh, that's great. I've taught some singing lessons in the past. I've had singing classes, and I think I could probably get you up to par so that you could at least, make a good dent in the contest and come in second or third or whatever, but at least you'd win something, I'm willing to work on that with you if you want to do that with me." And of course, Terry jumped at the chance because Terry's forte was singing. She loved to sing. So here's the problem. Mary had not dealt with her own narcissistic borderline issues of her own past. She had a mother that was very controlling, very condescending, who she never measured up to. And in fact, Mary really did want to become a famous singer. It never worked out for her because she had to watch her little sister when her mother ended up really sick and in the hospital. Mary had always been resentful from that time on, and also felt like the only one Mary could trust was herself. She was raising her sister while her mother wasn't there and absent. Dad was off at his job as an on-the-road truck driver, and Mary was pretty much left to be the mother of her sister and of herself. So Mary learned a subtle message of The only one you can count on is you, because nobody else will be there for you. Well, Mary decided that it was her job in life to kind of help all the downtrodden of the world and make them better people like herself. Mary developed an attitude of kind of vanity because of the fact that she only trusted herself. So she hadn't dealt with those issues. She decides she's going to help guide Terry into learning to sing better so she can get into this contest and maybe even win it. So she's acting in a mentoring role, and Terry feels safe and secure and loved. Well, sometimes Mary enjoys showing Terry off to her peers so she can feel admired and let them all know that she's helping Terry on her way to win this contest. And that makes Mary feel super special, like she's really something, that she could take this perfect stranger and turn her into, I don't know, like some kind of a star or something. Kind of reminds you of My Fair Lady, that sort of thing. So Mary's getting lots of accolades for helping Terry, and she's loving every minute of it. Meanwhile, Terry's loving it too, because Terry's getting to showcase her talent to Mary, who just keeps praising her and telling her, wow, that's right, you hit that note perfectly. I'm so amazed and I'm so proud of you. You should